Hi INFJs and autistic INFJs, welcome back to my channel. Have you ever walked away from an interaction or a conversation feeling really small, feeling like you're a downright horrible person? Maybe you were having like a fantastic day before you interacted with that person, and now you feel like the worst person on this planet, like you don't even belong on this earth, you have no right being here, and the worst part is you can't even put your finger on it. If you're nodding your head, then this video might be for you. INFJs are deeply intuitive, but even we can miss those subtle signs of disrespect, especially when they're disguised in kindness or as humor or even as a compliment. The problem is when we don't catch them in the moment, we turn inward. We overthink, we start blaming ourselves, and we begin to question our own worth. And we also shrink ourselves in order to keep peace. Over time, this chips away on our self-esteem, our boundaries, and even on our voice. I know this firsthand. I grew up around a family that was extremely passive-aggressive, so I experienced a lot of these behaviors myself. And for years, I didn't even realize how much it shaped the way I saw myself or how much energy I was spending on decoding things that were never mine to carry. Once we start spotting these sneaky forms of disrespect, we can stop second-guessing ourselves. We can set better boundaries, and we can begin to protect our peace without guilt. So today, I'm going to walk you through 5 sneaky ways people disrespect INFJs, the kind you might not recognize right away, and definitely the kind that we feel afterwards. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm glad you found it. My name's Trina. I'm an INFJ and I'm also autistic. I created this channel because I wanted to help people like myself feel seen, heard, and understood. And I wanted somewhere to share resources because I struggled with finding resources that actually helped a person like myself. So don't forget to check out the resource section in the description of this video. Welcome to my channel. I hope you find it helpful. If you're returning, I'm glad you came back. I'm so grateful for all my viewers. You guys are amazing. Before we get going, I invite you to like this video, subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate the support. All right, let's get into this. 5 sneaky ways people disrespect INFJ. Number 1, backhand compliments. These ones irk me. Actually, all 5 of these do. They drive me nuts. I'm just going to warn you. I'm probably going to say it about all of them because they drive me nuts. Backhanded compliments. Wow, you're actually pretty smart for someone as quiet as you. That was one I heard lots. Another one that I heard a lot is, oh my God, I didn't think someone like you had that in them. I just want to throat punch you now. They just insulted our entire existence when they say stuff like that. As INFJs, we often try to take compliments and then move on, right? We want to be that higher person, the bigger person, the nice person. And we'll take that, oh, that was a compliment, I guess. I'm just going to move on. But later we feel it. We feel very off. That's because our intuition picked up on the truth. Number 2, the second way people are disrespecting INFJs in a very sneaky way is condescending kindness. I experienced this lots growing up. The, oh honey energy, the fake helpful tone. They talk to you like you're fragile or clueless, but not really in a sweet way. It's definitely not in a power play way. Had a hard time saying that word. The one that I heard regularly growing up was, oh, Treen, an aunt of mine used to say, and tuck my hair behind my ears because I had like wild hair going on. Oh, ugly old Treen, what will we ever do with you? It was delivered sweetly in like a sweet tone, but the words were very cutting, right? This left me feeling very confused. And even as we grow into an adult, things like this will leave us confused. Like, what was that? Were you being nice or did you just totally stab me here? It'll leave us second guessing ourselves, feeling horrible in our skin. And instead of recognizing it for what it is, belittling wrapped in politeness. That's what we need to recognize. It's not a compliment, it's belittling wrapped in politeness. You know, it's very confusing for a child because it doesn't sound mean, but it leaves us feeling very bad. So we really start to question this as a child, and we take that with us growing up. We internalizing, making it more evidence that we are bad. So it's more fuel to the fire as we become an adult. That one was a big one. I experienced a lot of that growing up. I actually experience it even now as an adult, but I just kind of like roll my eyes and move on. Number 3. Oh, back to number 2. People in my life that do that aren't in my life anymore. I don't give them the energy to exist around me. If that makes any sense. I made the choice to separate myself from them. They can go live their nice little life over there, and I'm going to go live over here, and we'll all be happy. Number 3, the third way people will disrespect INFJs but be sneaky about it is constantly joking at your expense. Lighten up, it was just a joke. You ever hear that one? Yeah, I hear that. If you're always the punchline, it's not funny, it's disrespect. Just so you know. This I experienced it growing up, but I also experienced this in my adult life when I was working outside of the home. So I had a job. First of all, side note here, I'm terrified of balloons. I am mortified. I hate them. I hate their existence. I hate who even invented a balloon, okay? This is actually a common fear if you're on the autism spectrum of balloons because they're unpredictable. Anyway, it is very common for autistic people to be scared of balloons, so it is a thing. One place I worked, they thought it was really funny. So they would have balloons like at like company functions. They would have like company get-togethers in the meeting room for birthdays, or who knows. They were a very social company, so they always had things going on. It used to drive me nuts because I'm not a social person. But anyway, they'd have balloons. Once they found out I was scared of them, they had like extra balloons, and they would push them towards me or bat them at me, laughing and joking, not taking it serious at all. And I felt that I had no right to state how I felt about them. It was mandatory that I had to be there, and I felt that it was mandatory that I had to take this. Well, they were laughing and having fun at my expense. I was like dying inside, and I just want to run and hide. I mean, think about it. If you're not scared of balloons, but maybe you're scared of water or you're scared of heights, we'll take heights for example. Somebody takes you up high and dangles you by your ankles over the side of a building. How is that going to make you feel? Well, not very good. So I was dying inside. I just wanted to run. It was mocking a fear. It was disregarding boundaries and then gaslighting me when I tried to respond appropriately to the disrespect. So there's that, all in a nutshell. INFJs, we will usually stay quiet to avoid conflict. But that humor chip starts to feel more like a dagger going into you, right? A terrifying dagger. Number 4, the fourth way people disrespect INFJs but are sneaky about it is dismissing or minimizing our emotions. An example of this is, oh, you're being too emotional. Stop being such a drama queen. It's not that big of a deal. Oh, you're such a crybaby. It wasn't a big deal at all. You're making a mountain out of a molehill. You ever hear that? I heard that lots growing up. INFJs often feel things deeply. We can't help it. That's how we're wired. And when people brush this off messing up on my words. When people brush this off or they act like you're making a mountain out of a molehill, it's a subtle way of saying our feelings don't matter. Over time, it teaches us to bottle things up, feel ashamed of having emotions, and this will lead to much bigger issues as we get into our adult life or as we continue to bottle things up, such as feeling shame, and that can be difficult to deal with, low self-worth, people-pleasing, and emotional fawning, loss of identity, just to name a few. It's nasty when we bottle things up and when people make us feel that we have to do that. Number 5, the 5th way people will disrespect an INFJ, but be sneaky about it, dismissing our intuition as overthinking. This happens lots too. You're reading too much into it. You ever get told that? Oh, you're reading too much into it. No, actually, you're reading just right. They don't see that you're reading right through them. They don't see it, but they don't like it because they can feel it, that you're reading right through them. INFJs often internalize this as a flaw when it's actually one of our superpowers that other people are very uncomfortable with. A lot of people are uncomfortable with our intuition. I did a few videos where I talk about our intuition, how it kind of will get us, I don't really want to use the word in trouble, but that's the word I'm going to use. It'll get us in trouble because we mirror back to people things about themselves that they don't want to see or they're not ready to see, and it will scare them, so they'll lash out on us. And this is kind of where this is coming from. We've showed them something they don't like to see, so they're, oh, you're reading too much into it. They're blowing you off. They're disrespecting you because they don't want to face it. Trust how you feel after interactions. If it feels off, it probably is, even if you can't explain it right away. Trust how you feel. That gut feeling is all the explanation you need. And you don't have to explain it to anybody else because it's none of their business. That's your business. When someone disrespects you like this, you don't always have to confront it. Sometimes the most powerful way or the most powerful move is to simply disengage. Remember I said earlier that the people in my life that disrespect me like this, they don't have a place in my life anymore. I don't share any of my energy with them because they are not worthy of my energy. So I've separated myself. I'm not mean about it. I just simply step back, quietly step back, and I separate myself from those people. I protect my peace. You need to protect your peace. You don't owe access to people who don't know how to treat you. I hope this was helpful for you. Let me know in the comments if you can relate to any of these, if you've experienced it, or maybe you experienced all of it. I've experienced all 5 of these that I talked about are ones that I experienced quite often throughout my life. So they're the ones that I picked out. So let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you if you've experienced, or if you've experienced some other form of disrespect that was sent to you in a way of kindness. I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Again, I'd love for you to like this video. Feel free to share it. The more times it's shared, the more INFJs we get to help, and that's what it's all about. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate the support. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for sticking with me, and I'll see you soon with another video. Bye for now.